Mbaru made an interesting tweet on his official Twitter handle. Now, this is what Jim Mbaru posted. I'm just looking for it. Okay, it's here. Jim Mbaru is saying, all things said and done, Raila Odinga would still make the best president for Kenya after Uhuru Kenyatta has finished his term. Basically, what this tweet means is that Jim Mbaru has endorsed Raila Amolo Odinga for the presidency in 2022. Jim Mbaru is not your ordinary Kenyan. Jim Mbaru is one of the billionaires from the larger Mount Kenya region. And Kikuyu Billionaires are actually endorsing Raila Amolo Odinga for the presidency in 2022. The question is, how is their endorsement going to help Raila Amolo Odinga? And just yesterday, William Kabogo also made a very interesting tweet using the photo of Gideon Moi and Muhoho Kenyatta. He said, this is William Kabogo, kuna watu watashtuka mpaka roho zisimame. Mimi si mchawi wala si mnabii walakini. That's Honorable William Kabogo. William Kabogo is also a Kikuyu tycoon. And for a long time, William Kabogo has avoided being associated with Raila Amolo Odinga, with William Ruto, and with President Uhuru Kenyatta. William Kabogo has always tried to chart his own political path. But of late, William Kabogo is currently playing a key role for President Uhuru Kenyatta around Raila Amolo Odinga. To an extent that when President Uhuru Kenyatta went to visit Raila Amolo Odinga, the other guy who was present was actually William Kabogo. And Kabogo and Jim Mbaru are not the only tycoons from the larger Kikuyu nation supporting Raila Amolo Odinga. There are several of them. We know that the tycoons from Murang'a County already made the decision to support Raila Amolo Odinga long time ago. But they have one rider that they expect Raila Amolo Odinga to elevate one of their own to be either the running mate or to be the Prime Minister of the Republic of Kenya. So in this video today, I want us to look at these Kikuyu tycoons supporting Raila Amolo Odinga for the presidency in 2022 and whether their endorsements are going to add value to Raila Amolo Odinga. But before we do that, if you're watching this channel for the first time, please I want you to take a second or two and click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. Now, back to the main issue. I want to pose a simple question, especially to my brothers from the lake or from the entire Nyanza region. I want to challenge you guys to name for me or list for me down here 5 tycoons you know from this region. I know definitely you will mention Kidero or you will mention Raila. Some will mention who else? Wakiaga. Who else? I want you to mention. Because these tycoons plays significant role, politically speaking. If you go to the coastal region, for example, we have several billionaires there. In 2007, one guy who played a key role around Raila Odinga's campaign was Jaffa, the guy of Green Bulk Services, handlers. In the last election, from the coast, I know there was the Abu Joho. And even in the next election, already I'm seeing Shebal leaning towards Raila Amolo Odinga. And there are several other tycoons from that region. In central Kenya, they've always had advantage of tycoons to an extent that when, for example, Central Kenya wants to meet to raise 500 million Kenyan shillings in a sitting. Let's say they call for leaders meeting. One person can just carry his hand and hand over 500 million. Or they can say, okay, we want 10 million from 50 people. Kila mtu utaona tu watu watakuwa nang'ang'ana kutoa. That's not the case with our side. In Rift Valley, there are also some tycoons. And some of these tycoons were created during Moi era. People like Langat, who actually take credit for supporting William Samoei Ruto when he was coming up from 2007. So these tycoons play a key role. But I want to focus specifically on these Central Kenya tycoons, because from my observations, they've decided to support Raila Odinga. The Mount Kenya Foundation is supporting Raila Odinga, and that's basically the umbrella body of these tycoons. And how are they going to help Raila Odinga? Number one, their influence on the Kikuyu voters. As we speak today, still there's noise. People are still saying, oh, we are going to vote for who? Oh, we are going to vote for who? But the people who are going to decide the direction the voters are going to take are these tycoon. The moment they will make their choice known, the moment they start supporting their choice, that's the day you will see their influence. They always have a lot of influence on the voters in the Kikuyu region. Most of them might deny, but the truth of the matter is that they influence the voters, either directly or indirectly. Indirectly, because most of them even own the media stations, so they can relay those information through the media, and people will start listening. People will start listening. I was reading a Facebook update by a guy called Polycarp Hinga, and he said something which really caught my attention also. Let me just see if I can get it. Hinga was saying something, because I consider this guy to be very influential because he works at Jubilee Party headquarters. He's a good friend of Uhuru Kenyatta. So Hinga is saying, Mount Kenya MPs who flank William now believe they are being used for tokenism and photo ops. I understand William has picked members of his work council and strategic inner circles from Rift Valley, like Korir, Caleb Kositany, sidelining his worshippers from the mountain. In the recent weeks, the once endless trip to Karen have dropped, with some MPs like Roya Aris. Okay, basically, I think he's talking of lawyer Alice Wahome and Kimu wa Kikuyu going underground from Tangawizi movement kabisa. So basically, once these tycoons start their thing, you'll just see the ordinary Kikuyu shifting, taking direction from them. So that's the number one. Number two, these guys can easily put real money on the table. Campaign is a very expensive venture. That's the honest truth. Raila Odinga has contested for the presidency 3 times. But 2013 and 2012, no, in 2007, 2013 and 2017, those 3 general elections really drained Raila Odinga. If it were not Raila Odinga, some of them would have gone bankrupt. But the truth of the matter is that Raila Odinga managed because he had a lot of goodwill, billionaires supporting him both locally and internationally. So these tycoons will easily bring money on the table when it is needed. So for example, when the real campaign will begin and money is needed to deal with a specific corner of central Kenya, these guys can easily give out that money. You saw during this, they just concluded the building bridges bills at the county assemblies. You saw someone like SK Macharia personally sitting at the county assembly of Kiambu, monitoring how the voting were taking place. That's exactly what they are going to do. So they'll easily put money on the table when that money will be needed. Number 3, the other advantage which they'll bring is that they can easily bankroll credible candidates to contest in various seats. So basically, if there's someone who is going to run for the gubernatorial candidate, MP, senators, they can easily identify credible people and sponsor. I want to give you an example of my friend, the Kotu Secretary General Francis Atwoli. In the last election, Francis Atwoli bankrolled several MPs, several governors, several senators who were elected because he identified them and sponsored them. So that's the role of tycoons. These tycoons will identify certain individuals. Like for example, if they don't want Kimani Ichung'wah, they'll identify someone who is credible and sponsor to run against Kimani Ichung'wah. If they don't want Alice Wahome, they'll do the same. If they don't want Moses Kuria, they identify someone, even if that someone is poor, and then they bankroll that particular candidate. So they have advantage of money. And because they have advantage of money, they can bankroll credible candidates and tell them this is the direction. Number 4 is the media. During the last election, the ODM party or the NASA coalition didn't have a media which was perceived to be theirs. They were only relying on the goodwill of SK Macharia. But SK Macharia is also in business. It reached a point where SK Macharia, being a Kikuyu, had to figure out, should I support Uhuru Kenyatta? Or why should I campaign Uhuru Kenyatta? Then, after the Supreme Court ruling, you know what happened? Media blackout on Raila Odinga. Were it not for that NASA TV, Kenyans would not have known whatever was going in this country. William Samoei Ruto is being alleged to be investing heavily in media because he understands so well that without a media which he can control, then basically he's doomed. So he's investing in several media houses, buying shares. Apart from that, I'm told there are several others. He has bought frequencies. I don't know when they'll be rolled out, but he's investing heavily in media. But these tycoons are the media owners. So if they're going to support Raila Odinga, so it means SK Macharia is going to support Raila Odinga with his media. So the editors, the editorial team will just be told, this is the policy. For us, we are going for Raila Odinga. Anytime Raila Odinga is going for an event, make sure it's covered live. Simple. Anything bad happening to Raila Odinga, make sure it's not aired. Anything good William Ruto is doing outside there, please make sure we don't want it. And that's how media always influence the masses. And that's why you need the media. So these tycoons will come with that. And number 5 is perceptual value. Again, let me use the last election. In the last election, the only tycoon from the larger Mount Kenya region who supported Raila Odinga was Jimmy Wanjigi. But Jimmy Wanjigi supported Raila Odinga because he had a fallout with President Uhuru Kenyatta and William Samoei Ruto, I think over some businesses. Because remember, Jubilee government was actually formed at Jimmy Wanjigi's residence. So they fell out. This time around, if Jimmy Wanjigi is still going to support Raila Odinga, then we have Jimmy Mbaru also supporting Raila Odinga. Then you have Peter Munga supporting Raila Odinga. You have William Kabogo supporting Raila Odinga. You have SK Macharia supporting Raila Odinga. And you have the entire Kenya Foundation, those Tycoon, supporting Raila Odinga. Perceptionally, it's going to add value to Raila Amolo Odinga's campaign. I don't know what you think. Let me read your comments. But I know the Tycoons will put a demand to Raila Amolo Odinga. And that demand, in my considered opinion, is going to be the Nairobi County. They'll want Raila Amolo Odinga to support them in Nairobi. And the guy they're going to front is Dennis Oweru. Because Dennis Oweru is also a tycoon, a billionaire from that region. Thank you guys. Please, I'm back, but still not very strong. But I'm back. Just share this video. Give it a thumbs up. Drop your comments. And we are good. Bye-bye.